As you certainly know, defense is a huge struggle in CFB 26 regardless of your skill level. Luckily for you, I've been labbing up a brand new defense from nickel 3-3 men that's super easy to run and excels against every single offensive formation in the game. First, I'll show you the best coverage shells and ways to get pressure on the quarterback. Then I'll even hop in a game and show you that this simple defense is actually viable in online play. You're not going to miss this one, so let's jump right into it. Alright, the first thing that any great defense needs is the best settings. If you're not using the right settings, your whole defense will come out looking goofy. Let me show you the best ones to use right now. Alright, so when we talk about the best defensive settings here for this 3-3 man formation, a lot of the same stuff, right? So first we're going to come into our game options. These are some that I haven't talked about recently. So we're going to come to our game options. We're going to scroll down until we can find gameplay helpers, alright? We're going to have defensive ball hawk turned on. This is going to help you catch interceptions when the ball's in the air a lot better. As it says, your guys are going to play it more aggressively when it's in the air. Heat seeker assist is very important when you're trying to stop the run, which I will be talking about in this video, and you're going to see heat seeker assist, being a big factor in my ability to make dive tackles, make gap shoots in the backfield. As you guys have seen, switch stick delay needs to be on none. You don't want any extra delay. There's already input delay from like a host and stuff, so you don't want any extra delay on your switch stick. So make sure it's on none, and then you want to make sure you turn switch assist on so that you can switch players a little bit better. But if we come into our coaching adjustments here, all three of these are going to be alignment settings. You want to make sure this is on. You want to make sure this is on balance so that your defense doesn't misalign when the offense no huddles, which is still a huge problem for a lot of people that they're using the wrong setting. Please make sure you have this turned on to balance. Defensive motion response, you need to have this on disabled, especially if you're running zone coverage. You don't need guys realigning from zone coverage, right? And then you need to scroll down RPO pass, T conservative, curl flats 5, safety depth close, safety width on pinch, really just so that you can make sure you don't get beat up the seam, as we've talked about. So even if you like to run cover 2 defenses, you can just see how much closer to the line of scrimmage these guys are. And also with safety depth on close, you're kind of disguising this a little bit as a cover 0. A lot of players still like to read the safeties being this close to the line of scrimmage like you're in a heavy blitz, and so you're going to be able to intimidate a lot of them with an alignment like this. But you're going to see if they just try to look right at the seam, you're going to see how Bray Hubbard is more than close enough to that player, and he's able to break on that pass and get an easy interception. So really the bottom line with the defense settings, it's just so important that you get these right before we even jump into any of the blitzes, coverages, how to stop the run, because it's like, dude, if your defense is too far back, they're too close, right, or they're misaligned, it's just going to be a huge problem for you. So make sure you have those settings turned on, and it's going to help you out in every way on defense. Alright, your problem right now is when you send heavy blitzes and you don't get home, there's just too many openings in the middle of the field for the offense. Let me show you a simple way to get quarterback pressure while still maintaining great coverage. Alright, so we're going to come to 3-3 men, and I know you guys are going to see me utilize a lot of this here in the gameplay. We're going to come into cover 3 cloud, and we're going to scroll, or we're going to open our stunts menu by holding the X button before we call the play, and then we're going to use the left exit 2-man stunt. Alright, and the reason why this is so valuable is because you see now your D tackle is going to be looping, which really means I can shift my D line to the left now, and if I stand directly over the center, he's going to essentially be looping around that line. Now, the faster he is, the better this is going to be for you. And so again, that's why it's really important to have fast guys on defense at as many players at as many positions as possible. But you're just going to see how we're going to take the snap, and that's exactly what I'm talking about, where he's going to be able to loop around and help collapse that pocket. Now, this guy is extremely slow, so I'm going to put someone a little bit faster on the field right here. Well, I tried to put someone a little bit faster. Game's not really going to let me, I guess, with the depth chart, but it really doesn't matter because he's still going to do a good job. He's 64 speed, but if you have a faster guy, obviously he's going to be looping around a whole lot faster for you. But it's just D-pad up, right trigger, left stick down to get the attention of the center, and then you're going to see how not only does he loop around 96, but then, the other guy, 22, is able to come in free as well. So it's really like you're back into coverage really quickly. This is only a 4-man rush. And again, you're able to loop around right here. These guys never pick up. This man, he's able to loop around, come in free. We also get a nice timely shed right here. And then the best part is I'm able to spam this A button to get back into coverage as quickly as possible. Now, even if they were to block their running back, which, I mean, that would make it 4 against 6, so they would have a huge advantage, but let's just have them do it, right? Block running back, shift D-line right, call the left exit 2-man customs, shift D-line left, then call the stunt, right? And we're going to stand directly right here over the center, D-pad up, right trigger, left stick down, take the snap, get the attention of these guys, and then you're able to see how another timely shed, but number 4 is able to loop around the offensive line that time. So the best part about a cover 3 cloud defense is you're going to get the attention, but then you're able to see how you have good defense. Now, if you want to switch stick onto this man right here, help take away the slant, depending on the route comps that they want to call, that's perfectly fine. But even if you don't want to turbo engage, even if you want to just call the stunt like this so that you're back into coverage immediately, right? You can jump out here and you're able to look at how fast that pocket gets collapsed. Not only is that guy pushing his way to the quarterback, but 96 is still looping all the way around. So it's a 4-man rush, right? And it's one of the most consistent ways to get pressure in this game from only a 4-man rush. I mean, 96 is the one that gets the sack by looping around. And again, you have a faster man there, it's going to be even better for you. So that's one of the best blitz defenses here in the game, utilizing a custom stunt from a very good coverage defense. Alright, every time you load up in a game, you're going to have to be able to defend RPOs. There's many different RPOs in this game, but let me show you how to shut down both the run aspect and the pass aspect. Alright, so this is going to be the RPO play they want to call now. Recently, I've been talking a lot more about an easy RPO tell, okay? So really, I'll just give it to you guys again right here, because this is very important when you're stopping RPOs. So if I expect an RPO is coming, right, they're in an RPO heavy formation like Y off trips, or they're down in the red zone at any point, I'm expecting an RPO. So what I do is every time I expect an RPO, I press D-pad right twice, and I press A, and then I press right stick up. And what that does is going to open the individual coverage menu where you can see all the buttons of these receivers and tight ends, pass catchers, whatever you can see. But most importantly, the running back. If you see the running back is A, you know for like 95% certainty that an RPO is coming. So I do the check. If I see it's an RPO, now, I mean, I'm just confirming what I already thought, right? And so now what I'm able to do is I know it's an RPO, so now I'm going to set up RPO defense. Now, the first part is stopping the run, because honestly, as I talk about all the time, if you can't stop the run in this game, no one's taking you seriously and no one's passing the ball. Like, honestly, passing is really easy in this game, but why pass when you could just run? There's no risk to running, really. You know, so, I mean, passing, you can take sacks, throw interceptions, running super easy. So on defense, you have to understand that and be ready to stop the run. So what we're going to do to stop an RPO run with our user is we are going to just loop around and shoot a gap, right? And you have to actually, I mean, that time I just missed. I am holding 2 controllers, guys. Please chill out. But you're just going to see I'm going to do it right this time where I'm going to stand right here. You have to understand, because every run's different. This is kind of like an off-tackle run. They have the ability to cut it back. Some runs are just straight inside zone runs, right? So right here, I'm just going to loop through, and he forced him to cut back. And again, if I'm not holding 2 controllers, these are a little bit easier gap shoots. But essentially, there's going to be a gap open for you to just run through, like right here, and you just have to press X on Xbox, square on PlayStation to make that play. Because you're able to see how the cutback lane could be open here. And so you have to make sure that you bring that man down before he's able to, you know, speed boost away from you or do whatever. So, I mean, bottom line, it's really not that hard. If you guys watch the gameplays, you see me do that all the time. The gap's going to be there. You just have to go make the play with your user. But what makes RPO so tough is even if you do a good job stopping the, you know, run aspect, this pass is still possibly open, right? And so they're able to throw that. That's a great play right there by number 7 to bring that man down. But there's times where that pass is still open, right? And so the most consistent way to stop the pass really is to, again, confirm that it's an RPO, but now just shade down so that now you have hard flats on the field and man up their bubble receiver. So really, against trips formations, you would expect the wide receiver to to be getting the ball, but obviously, you know, I'm playing the game. I kind of just know that the inside trips receiver, or the middle trips receiver, excuse me, is going to be the one getting the bubble here in this case. So he's the guy that I want to man up. So I'm going to take the snap here on offense, and you're just going to see how we're going to have two guys breaking on that pass. We're going to have our hard flat possibly, which sometimes the hard flat gets blocked, but I would say like very, very is it unlikely that both of these guys get blocked. Right, so you're able to see both of them are able to fly down, stop this RPO pass aspect, and then you're already looping around and stopping this run right in its tracks. But again, if you don't stop the run, if you do what I mean, right here, I just put my controller down. But right, if that's what you do, you're not paying attention, they're just going to still run on you even if you take away the pass. So bottom line with stopping RPOs, you need to first identify its RPO if you can by doing that little trick that I showed you. Check to see if the running back is A on Xbox, X on PlayStation. But then once you confirm its RPO, do the adjustments. Man up the bubble receiver, whoever you think is getting the ball, shade down your cover 3 so that now you have hard flats, and then just be ready to loop around and shoot a gap with your user. So complete guide to stopping RPOs right there, and it's very, very important that you master that. All right, so if you've enjoyed those first 3 defensive concepts here from this 3-3-man formation, I encourage you to go down below, hit that subscribe button. I break down defensive tips and tricks just like this every single day here in College Football 26. You don't want to miss out on any of them. But if you want my full 3-2-6 defensive ebook with all the best money plays, write-ups, glitch blitzes, screenshots, everything you're going to need to dominate on defense, go to the link down below in the pinned comment. You can use code YouTube to get 20% off your first purchase. I can't wait to have it out on defense, and let's jump right back into it. All right, this is the most important tip that you're going to see with this 3-3-man scheme. It's what makes the entire engine run for this defense, the switch stick. Let me show you the best way to get good with it and run it at a high level before we jump into our gameplay. Alright, so we're just going to come right back into cover 3 cloud. This is my favorite coverage shell. Obviously, I told you earlier in the video, right, you can use custom stunts to get more pressure on the quarterback. You can pass to make your defense get more pressure on the quarterback. But this is, like I said, the engine of the defense, right? This is our main coverage shell that we're sitting in. So we're just going to have them call random pass plays here, and we're going to take a look at this. So right here, they're going to bring a guy in motion, which I like to, just always come in. Now, if they bring like a running back in motion, I like to just run out there and try to defend that. But right here, it's going to be a fake, and so this is just an easy switch stick. So that's what I'm talking about, where the switch stick is kind of the engine of the entire defense. It's just what makes everything go, right? So really, the most important thing for me is just recognizing route concepts, right? So sometimes I'll start over here, switch stick there, get back here, get here to guard the dig. You see how, like, they would have had people open, right, if I wasn't switch sticking all around. But it's the most important thing is just recognizing the route concepts that they're calling before they even have a chance to get them open, right? And you don't want to kind of do what I did there where you get caught in a deep zone. So you really need to be hyper focused and locked in when you're switch sticking, right? Because you want to be able to get on a lot of these, because it's all about underneath defenders with the switch stick, right? Unless they're calling like street corner flat and they have someone wide open down the sideline, you don't really have a reason to switch stick onto deep zones. I'm gonna be honest, right? We're gonna come here, and sometimes you don't even need to switch it. Like right there, that's kind of just a bad play from them. So you're probably not gonna see me switch stick on, every play. But on a lot of plays, I am going to. So again, we're just continuing to just read their route concepts. This is just a bad play, so no reason to really switch stick. So again, like I said, it's not every play that you're going to switch stick, but you really just want to be ready and recognize route concepts from them, right? Boom. And we're kind of just everywhere to take everything away. That's pretty good defense. But I know you're going to ask, BLT, what's the best way to kind of improve your switch stick? You know, you're good with it. I'm not. Right, and so what I would say is just get into practice mode, hook up a second controller so that you can control the offense and just spy off your pass rush. So something like this, so that basically now when they call pass plays, right, you're going to see how they're going to have all day to throw. And now eventually what's going to happen is these guys are going to start route bouncing down the field. And essentially what you need to do is make sure that there's never a time that they could just throw stuff, right? And this is a hard drill. Defending route bounces is really hard because a lot of these guys, they cluster up all at the same place here, and so it's not necessarily the easiest thing to be able to defend all these guys. But now they're just going to stop running, so that's when you throw the ball away. But it's like you just essentially want to make sure that there's no windows for them to throw passes, anywhere. on the play, especially when they start route bouncing. Now, if you want to have your friend or your roommate, whatever, kind of control that second controller and try to make passes, that'll probably make the drill even harder for you, which is good practice. But if you spend 10-15 minutes, really in practice mode, practicing that switch stick before you load up into games, you're gonna get a lot more control and a lot better feel for where the game's gonna switch you onto when you flip the stick in that direction. But the switch stick here from the cover 3 cloud is really what's gonna make this entire defense run. It really allows me to play simple on defense and really just rely on my user, where we're not having to make a whole bunch of adjustments that take lightning fingers to set up. All right, so here we go. He's coming out in wing slot here. Just be ready to stop at one trap, please. That's what he's gonna run. No, he's passing. Bad play. Come on, make a tackle. Boom. Come on. It's good defense. That's an example of where there's no real reason to switch stick, right? Kind of just like a regular stock play that he called. Come on, make a tackle for a yard. We're good.
Side zone.
2nd and 9 though. I think I'm just gonna man up his tight end here. See what he wants to go to. He's gonna run the ball. I'm gonna run. Come on, make that. All right. I needed to user the other guy to get that gap shoot. I just missed the shoot, so good run by him. All right, now he's gonna go trips. I probably should have. I'm gonna route commit inside. He's gonna run. Good play. We're there. Good click off. Option. He's going to go option early, which means I will set my option pitch key here. We're going to put it on aggressive here. I'll focus on the quarterback if he decides to go to that again, although I feel like we had both of those kind of locked down. Right here, we're going to go right back to, he's going to run the ball. This time we're there. I feel like he was going to run the ball again from that same formation, so I switched my user, get in the right spot, and then we're able to come up and make that play. Back to the line of scrimmage. All right, so 3rd and 6 for him. This is match coverage territory from, especially if he's going to run trips, all right? So we're just going to user this guy. We're going to watch the running back over the middle of the field. We're not going to have a sleepy user. Yep, perfect defense. If we can go get the quarterback, great job. No way. Why do you push him forward, you moron? He had nothing open. Like, he literally just wrote out and said, let me just pray for this one. Like, we were going to... It's just so bad, bro. Just a bailout first down. Straight up. Just a bailout first down. Wing slot, he'll probably either pass or try to run. That's... Oh, what the... Bro, I felt like I was there. But, like, he threw that. Like, he's so blind. Like, this dude is an actual moron for actually throwing that pass. I had a sleepy user, though. But he's still an idiot. We'll see if he goes right back to the pitch. Man, can we fumble the ball, bro? I mean, I didn't know his quarterback was, like, faster than my entire defensive line. So, I guess I'm going to have to put contains in the field. I wish this Alabama defensive playbook had dimes 2-3 odd, but all right. So this is where I'm thinking an RPO is coming from this formation. So all right, RPO check is negative, but it could still be an RPO. Now he's gonna run. I don't know how I missed that gap shoot, bro. His opening drive's kind of pissing me off on defense. I kind of feel like this dude should just be done for. Like, he should have already turned the ball over by now a couple times, but whatever. Empty bunch open. Probably just trying to defend up. We're just going to defend up the seam. Switch stick left. Boom. Good deep fumble. Pick it up.
Dude, come on.
Come on. This is what I'm talking about, bro. This dude should have already, like, turned the ball over, like, 3 times. Come on. Or he's going to go back to trip. I'm going to go with cover 3 cloud here. We are going to contain the quarterback this time because I just know this dude is boxed. He has no one open. This is fine.
I mean,
I feel like I turned my pitch key onto aggressive, and we still gave up the pitch.
Maybe gotta like...
Yeah, I mean, okay. Like, bro, like, this is why you, like, some of these, like, you guys wonder why I say these don't matter. That's why. Like, all these option keys, they don't even do anything. Like, you could still set them in one way, and they just don't listen. I'll just have to switch on to it. But 3rd down, 11 yards to go. We should not give this up at all. Anything. Contain. How is he breaking my contains, bro? Like, how is he actually He's just running around my contains. I mean, good defense, I guess. Hold him to a field goal, but I think he's going to miss this kick, personally. Let me get on the block. Man, I forgot it's not easy to make kicks in this game with Stadium Pulse. And he knocks it down.
Oh, no.
Good job. All right, so, we're in the Alabama offensive playbook, which means we're running F-twins over right here. Speed boost. Woo! Let me get out of there. I mean, Ryan Williams. I mean, this is just an entire offense in itself.
Am I out of my
Certainly
mind?
something we'll be going back to later in the game. Maybe I should drop an Alabama offensive ebook for you guys because I'm not going to lie. If I'm playing a high-stakes money game, I'm just sitting in Alabama, using Bama probably, and running Alabama playbook. So, let's see. He's going to blitz. It's fine. Crosser wide open. And that should be a touchdown, man. Can't run man coverage when you're just
cover your
15
guy.
disadvantage, brother. You're going to have to actually make real adjustments running zone coverage. Easy 7, man. Come on, BLT. Get a stop. All right. Second drive for him. We're not really worried about anything. If we could contain the freaking quarterback. I mean, great job to get out there, but I'm sick and tired of watching this dude extend plays. I'm about to just put QB contains in the field every play, force him to be a pocket passer. Like, this is actually so sickening. All right, here we go. We got the contains in the field, so we should be able to actually contain the quarterback. He's going to try it, and there's nowhere for him to go. Thanks.
Seriously?
Like, you can't just do that, bro. Like, fumble the ball, please. Get 7. Come on. Let's see. We're just going to go verticals here. Quick snap him. Look up the seam or to our running back. He's going to run man. Yeah, good defense. Good defense. Shouldn't have called that play. I'll just call... Do I have curl flat in this playbook? I don't think I do. That's kind of trash. I'm not going to lie. But, I mean, he's still just going to run off man, so we know that. So we're just going to block our running back call, something like this. Hit our core route on the break. I mean, what an idiot to run off man coverage. Like, this is just terrible defense. Like, nothing's going to get guarded, brother. I hope you do realize that. We're going to go right back to PA counter go. I lied. We're just going to... Yeah, we'll just run inside zone. We should have the numbers. I mean, we're just way bigger than this guy, so we should be able to pick up an easy first down. Speed boost, Jam Miller, good job. All right, now this is where it gets fun because now we have a whole bunch of RPOs in this playbook. So we are going to come into still this play, but we're just going to go with RPO, read wide flat. Probably just look out here to our bubble. And that probably wasn't a great play, but I do get lucky. Come
Maybe
on.
fucking tackle this guy.
Break 2 tackles, man. I'm telling you, you come out here, road to the CFP. You guys have seen some of my gameplays. You're at a team disadvantage. These guys don't tackle anyone. It's really a shame. But come on, BLT, get another stop. All right, 1st and 10 for him. He's bagged. We have contains in the field. Woo! I mean, it just might just be hard. It might be time to just put hard flats in the field. I mean, this guy has 17 passing yards. Like, he's not going to open up the offense at all, like, by any stretch of imagination. So, it's literally just going to be runs and underneath checkdowns. So, just be ready to stop that run. Woo, fumble! Pick it up!
Are you serious?
Yes, finally, bro. It's so rare I see a CPU hit stick fumble, bro. Come on. Come on. This one's about to get ugly. I mean, we're probably just going to punch this in. I'd assume he quit here. But, like, yeah, I mean, a CPU fumble? Come on, man. It gets ugly. Ooh, speed boost. That's just bad run stick. I should have just kept going out to the edge. I mean, it is fun to get Ryan Williams out there, out into space. Let's see what we want to go to here, though. We're probably just going to go with slant post, if I had to assume. Is he still... Oh, well, he's still just going to run man coverage. So, yeah, we're still going to run slant post. Smart route is all the way down. Boom. Easy. I thought he dropped that for a second. I feel like he should have created some more separation on that. But, anyway, we're just going to go inside zone here after the 2-minute warning. All right, here we go. Inside zone. Ooh, Jam Miller. I should have just speed boosted. I don't know why I didn't. All right, same thing though. We're just gonna go with an RPO right here. Probably just the same RPO. Well, no, I don't think I'm gonna call that. I think I'm just gonna call quarterback zone right here. Ty Simpson, get out to the edge. Easy, man. Come on. This Alabama playbook is unstoppable in the red zone. That's all this game is red zone offense. That's what's important. And Alabama has like the best red zone offense in the game. All right, back to work for him on offense. He's pro. Oh my gosh. We have contains in the field, and we somehow just give up a QB scramble right up the middle. It's like, bro, this guy's only offense is his quarterback legs, bro. That he actually can't pass. This is so hard to watch. But come on. Boom. Boom. Terrible play. Thank you. Like, if my D tackle and my guys can act, like, his quarterback gonna get like hurt. Like, he's just gonna wear and tear fatigue way too fast because you can't just do this. You can't just play like this. Boom. User is drag. Go get him, man. Bubble the ball. Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it. Thank you. Like, bro, you can't just run all over the field with your quarterback. He's out of here. He's had enough. I mean, he has no offense. It's literally just taking off with the quarterback. Great defensive masterclass here from 3-3 Man. Alright, so if any of those defensive tips you found helpful in this video, make sure you go down below, hit that subscribe button. I break down defensive tips and tricks, tutorials, how to run the best defenses every single day here in CFP 26. You don't want to miss out on any of them. But if you want that full 3-2-6 defensive ebook, which covers a 3-3 mint formation and a bunch of others, full write-ups, full videos, full screenshots of how to set up the defenses and dominate with them, go to the link down below in the pinned comment. Use code YouTube to get 20% off. I guarantee it'll transform your defense. But if you want to see another gameplay of me locking down on defense with that same, 3-2-6 defensive playbook, check out this video. I'll see you over there.